Major Gregory Keene is here to continue the story from his darkened backstreet room.
Sherry Reed, the girl I found an hour ago up in the Cunningham Towers, said I was getting too deep into the labyrinth of Kesselring's disappearance and whatever Manuel Torres had meant by the deadly nightshade. Well, she was right. You remember I left Sherry not long ago and came back here to this dingy room. The room Felix Huberman teed up for me. The room I'm living in as Sammy Rice. Well, a few minutes back I walked in from the street, past the place with the jukeboxes and the pin machines, past the door of the billiard saloon, up the stairs, and through my door. And before I reached out to switch the light on, I knew I wasn't alone. A voice said,
"I've waited a long time for you, Sammy. Now I'm going to pay you in full."
I stood there, thinking it hadn't taken long for Huberman to show why I'd been made Sammy Rice. Thinking it was an odd way to get rid of someone. Thinking if she's holding a gun, how the deuce am I to cope with this situation?
Are you deaf, Sammy?
I'm not deaf.
You rat.
Uh-huh. Do you mind if I switch on the light?
Don't move a muscle. What's wrong with your voice?
Nothing that I'm aware of. But perhaps it's because I'm not used to being held up by strange females in the dark.
Since when have I been strange to you?
Look, baby, whoever you are, I'm going to switch on the light and shut the door. So if you want to start shooting, let's see what you look like first.
I shoot!
Right, I'll take that. Now then, is this the way you pay social calls in this town, or am I getting some special sort of treatment?
You're not Sammy Rice.
Did I hurt you?
Yes.
Well, you shouldn't stand about in the dark pointing these little 25s at people and nattering. What happened?
When you threw the pillow, the gun flew up and hit me in the face. What are you doing in Sammy's room?
It happens to be my room. You're the one with the accounting to make.
Let me out of here.
Oh, but I'd hate to see you go so soon. And you might remember I didn't invite you.
I'm getting out of here now.
You try going through that door till I let you, and we'll have you arrested. Now then, what's going on? Why the deuce should you come up here to pay me in full?
I thought this was Sammy's room. They told me this was where Sammy was living.
Yes, I've gathered that. Who is Sammy Rice?
None of your business.
I'm making it my business. I didn't ask you up here, and I didn't ask you to stand about flourishing 25 automatics either. So don't let's have any more fooling about. Who is Sammy Rice?
I was his girl.
All right, let's hear some more. Come along, I can be tough too. Let's hear some more facts on this chum of yours you're so anxious to put a bullet into.
He was mine, see, till about 4 months ago when he walked out on me.
Walked out on you where?
That's what I'd like to know.
What's your name?
Stella Wilson.
All right then, Stella. Relax. Go on, sit down. I'm not going to hurt you. But before you leave this room, you're going to tell me everything you know about Sammy, past, present, and future.
That's if you tell me a thing or two as well. How do you come to be running about this town as Sammy? You were playing blackjack in Gregerson Street tonight, so it's no good denying it.
One thing at a time, and you first. Where does Rice come from?
From London, see? He talks like you do, though his voice is different. He used to be an officer or something, and he gave it away.
Mm-hmm.
And he got into some more trouble. The cops framed him, that's what it was. And he got some sort of a job.
Who with?
I don't know. He'd never tell me. But one night I followed him. He was double-crossing me. I know he was.
Let's stick to this job of Rice's, eh? What did he have to do? What hours did he keep and where did he go?
He was good with his fists. His job was to use
Look, for heaven's sake, Stella, can't we have some facts? On whom and for whom?
I'm trying to tell you, he never let on. But they were paying him good money to stand over people.
Just a minute. Stella, you wouldn't happen to have heard of something called the deadly nightshade, would you?
What made you ask that?
Well?
Let me go. Let me go, please.
What's the matter with you?
You're one of them. Let me go. I didn't do anything.
So we're getting somewhere at last. Now, you look here, girl. Pull yourself together. I'm not one of the people you're scared of, but I'm trying to find out who and what they are. So what is the deadly nightshade?
I hardly know myself.
Do you want a drink?
Have you really got one?
I'm only asking you out of idle curiosity. Come on over here. You can pour it for yourself. And when it's taken hold, you can start at the beginning. I can guarantee you the best audience you've ever had.
Can you pass him, Mike?
Yeah. Next corner, I'll take him to the curb.
If he runs for it when you jam him into the side, cut him down. If he stays in his car, don't be too rough at first.
Here we're going, Mr. Huberman. Hold tight. Passing him now in front.
And don't let him turn around in the front seat. Make him stay at the wheel facing forward.
Yeah. Holding on.
Right? Get him, quick.
Okay, Abe. Sit there behind the wheel. You're not getting hurt. Look straight ahead. Don't make any noise like a wise guy, huh?
What's the idea? You're not cops.
You couldn't be more right. If you don't mind, Mr. Hodge, I'll get into the back of your car.
This is a whole lot of you wasting your time. The bag's in my safe.
Nothing as crude as all that, my dear chap.
Then what is it?
You had an appointment with my friend here tonight. You'd have been wiser to keep it.
Appointments like that I'm keeping with no one, see?
Well, of course, it's to correct you that we're having this little discussion right now. Do you remember an SP bookie called Simon West?
What about him?
He refused to keep an appointment just like you. Now, come along. Let's hear what happened to him.
Someone chucked a bomb through the window of his house one night.
That's right. It was tough on Simon and it was tough on his wife. What about Cyril Penny?
I'm beginning to get the idea.
I was wondering how long it would take. Now, correct me if I'm wrong about you. You're an SP chap in rather a big way. You operate from 3 rooms in the Hardy building. You have 15 telephones. You own 3 horses. And your weekly turnover varies between 20 and 25,000 a week. Any comment?
Yeah. Where do we go from here?
In future, Mr. Abe Hodge, the gentleman sitting beside you with the gun in your ribs will pay you a call on Friday morning. At a place he'll nominate by phone. You'll pay him £100.
For what?
For keeping some people called the NightShade ring off your neck. We're selling you protection. It'd be very wise to buy.
You picked the wrong customer, mister. I supply my own protection.
Have it your own way. But if you put your ear to the ground, you would hear that the NightShade crowd's playing rough. They might concentrate on your wife. Or that kid of yours mightn't get home from school one afternoon. You know how accidents can happen in heavy traffic.
What makes you think you can get away with this sort of talk?
What's wrong with it? I'm making you a straight proposition.
I fork out every week or something happens, is that it?
Well, how could we offer you protection for free?
You can't get away with it. In this country, it couldn't be done.
No? That's what Billy Eckers said. Remember Billy Eckers? He went to the police. Then there was Peter Frome. Then there was Tom Bellamy. They said just what you did. They'd supply their own protection. Be a bright boy, Abe. You can afford it. Drop your odds a point or two on race days. Let the punters foot the bill.
It was you who did Tom Bellamy in?
I wish you'd get the idea. He just wouldn't let us look after him.
Okay. By myself, I know what I tell you, but I've got a family. Okay, send your man round on Fridays.
That's what I like to hear. You've signed up with the best firm in the business, Abe. See you keep up your installments. All right, Mike. Now start up, don't look round, and get going. Any time you feel like calling our deal off by going to the police, just remember what happened to some of the others. That's all. Good night, old chap. They're coming into line well, Mike. It's time we started branching out further. We own the dope running. We're owning the bookies. We'll soon own the nightclubs and everything else that'll scare. Well, back to our car. We'll drive straight to Carlotta.
That's all I know.
So until 4 months ago, you were running around with Sammy Rice. He had a job, but he wouldn't tell you what. One night, he had too many drinks and said that the NightShade ring wouldn't let him live 5 minutes if he told you what they were up to. Then one day, he didn't come home, and you haven't seen or heard of him since. Is that right?
He went off with another girl. That's what became of him. And you must know where, or you wouldn't be calling yourself Sammy Rice.
Never mind about that. I have an idea about you, Stella. I don't think you've told me all you could about this deadly NightShade.
I've said every word I'm going to.
I could take you to the police or someone tougher.
I've said all I'm going to. I wish I hadn't said so much already.
You know, you're not using your head, Stella.
But I'm staying alive. Can I go now?
Yes, you can go. When I'm ready, we'll be meeting again. Good luck.
I won't be needing the luck. Whoever you are, you will. And we'll be meeting when I'm ready. Pete.
Yeah? Any luck?
Some. We'll make sure of him next time. When we can catch him off his guard and take him somewhere nice and quiet and low.
So Huberman didn't think it was necessary to tell me there was a Sammy Rice who worked for the NightShade ring. So where does that put us now? There's only one way to find out. Keep quiet, keep one step ahead. Appear to carry on arm in arm with Huberman and wait for him to trip. But while I'm waiting, what's going on around me? And where will they strike next?
Who makes the next move against Gregory Keene? Listen for further chapters in this story of intrigue, Deadly Nightshade.